Last week, I had the opportunity to talk with the chair of the E12 Policy Committee, Senator Eric Pratt, about the changes to Minnesota's teacher licensing system passed as part of the Omnibus Education Bill during the recent special legislative session. I began by asking him to describe some of the key changes.
First of all, let's talk about why we made the changes. Back in 2016, the Legislative Auditor reviewed our teacher licensure system and really came up with three main recommendations. First of all, that it wasn't very transparent. When teachers went to apply, they really didn't have a good sense of what was required. The second was that we had our governance split between the Department of Education and the Board of Teaching. And the third was that some of our statutes were out of line and not very consistent. So the teacher licensure bill really tries to address all three of those. The first thing we do is we cleaned up our statutes to make sure that we use consistent terms, and we reorganized them so they're easier to follow. Second, we created a new Board of Teaching that we call the Professional Educators Licensing and Standards Board. You'll often hear it called PELSB.
Okay.
And so they will be handling the licensure, consolidating what was at MDE with the Board of Teaching into one entity. That's important because we want to make it accountable fully throughout the process. And all the directors will continue to be appointed by the governor, so there'll be a direct line of accountability back to the governor's office. The third piece was to establish a tiered licensure system, and this was a recommendation by the legislative auditor. And so we went through and we looked at how could we segregate our teachers' license, or stratify our teacher licenses in such a way that they made sense, not only for people to enter the profession and make the profession more accessible without reducing quality, but to get applicants to move, say, from a lesser license to a more professional license. And so the idea was to create a flow.
Okay, and so this flow, as I understand it, there are 4 different tiers. Can you just briefly describe how those different tiers work?
Sure. Our Tier 1 license, well, let me work backwards. Our Tier 4 license is the standard license that we've always had.
Okay.
And so all of our existing teachers will fall into the professional Tier 4. Tier 1 is really very similar to what we have with our community expert waivers today, in that a district can ask to have a community expert come into the classroom, and we have hundreds across the state of Minnesota today. What was lacking was really defining what we want in a community expert, and particularly when you start talking about career and technical education. And so where before you could hire almost anybody off the street and get them a waiver, today we say that they have to have an associate's degree, or they have to have 5 years experience in the field or some sort of certification. And if you need a teacher in the classroom, just a regular core class, that they have to have a bachelor's degree, and then if they're going to teach for more than 1 year, they have to be able to pass the content level exam that all of our other teachers have to pass. And they also participate in our district's mentoring and the teacher development evaluation process. All of those pieces are new, where before there was hardly any rules or guidelines around what was required for community expert.
So it sounds like these are creating clarity then for people both in the know and people on the outside to understand who these teachers are and what they're qualified to do.
Right. We want them to understand exactly what they're qualified for, exactly what they're getting into. But we don't want teachers to stay at Tier 1. And so we created a Tier 2 licensure, which maybe is kind of like a learner's permit, so to speak.
Okay.
This is where you'll have teachers that are enrolled in a teacher prep program and able to be in the classroom and building a portfolio while they're going through their teacher prep program. Might be a traditional program through one of our universities. It might be an alternative program like Teach for America, or some of our districts are doing some great things with a program they call Grow Your Own, where they're taking, say, paraprofessionals and which are fairly low-paid positions, and helping them actually define a career in teaching with the kids they're already working with.
So it's a real-world experience that they're getting with the classroom, and then also, and they're getting some credit for that. They're getting a teacher licensure spot for that.
And the goal is that when they finish that Tier 2 license, and they can be in there for I believe it's 6 years. Once they complete that program, they can move on to a Tier 3 license, which is very similar to what we have as our initial license. So new college graduates come in, they would get a Tier 3 license. Now what I'm really excited about is the fact that we've made Minnesota more accessible to out-of-state teachers. I've often
And that was a problem, yes.
And that was a problem, and it's a problem being faced by many of our greater Minnesota school districts where they can't hire a teacher that's got experience in North or South Dakota or Iowa. And in fact, my mom ran into that back in the 70s when we moved here. She had a teaching license in 4 different states. She had taught in Iowa, Nebraska, California, and Illinois. But when she got to Minnesota, she couldn't get a teaching license with 14 years of experience. This will allow her to come in without having to go back to the classroom and prove that she's got the knowledge and the skills. I think the biggest change that I like to think of is that the Board of Teaching looked at your qualifications based on the classes you took. They looked at your transcript. This new process, this new licensure system will look at your skills and experience as much as your transcript. And so I think it evens the playing field a little bit.
A lot of what you've said points to how these changes will help with the teacher shortage. There's also a problem in Minnesota with the workforce, the teaching workforce, lacking the diversity that we see in the classroom. How will this help with the diversity piece? Well,
many of the alternative programs, Teach for America, and particularly the Grow Your Own, are centered in the urban Minneapolis, St. Paul right now. And they are training a new diverse teacher population. And so my hope is that it will encourage more diverse populations, people of color, to enter the teaching profession and to be seen as role models for that next generation.
Senator Pratt, you've carried some big bills this session, and I want to thank you for taking the time to come and explain the details.
Well, thank you.